Guys, it is time for a new update here on the Bitcoin price. I can already tell you I closed all of my short positions. I took another $10,000 off my Solana short. My Bitcoin short, we sadly didn't take any profits. It was stopped out with a very slight loss, but the stop loss of Solana covered our slippage here with the Bitcoin trade during the FOMC meeting. The slippage was so high that even though my stop loss was in a profit, I sadly, with fees on top, got this $1.7 million trade executed at a slight loss, which is not the worst case. I mean, in total, we are still running extremely profitable, and I am in a trade right now, and I can already tell you, I will reveal it in a couple of minutes and tell you exactly what my plans with that trade are. Besides this, as always, I would highly appreciate it if you would smash up a like. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And for sure, also leave a comment down below. I highly appreciate it. As you guys know, the FOMC meeting at least was able to push us above the $103,000 to $103,500 level that I was talking about in my last video, that we need to break to the upside if we want to expect a new all-time high in the immediate short term for Bitcoin. And luckily, the Bitcoin bulls, with the FOMC meeting, with the help of the FOMC meeting, were able to do so. Although the interest rates came in as expected, as I also expected it in my last video, we had a slightly bullish narrative during the speech. To be honest, I don't think there was anything real bullish said. It was just a little bit of market stabilization, in my opinion, that the FOMC meeting chose more bullish terms for the speech. Although they were pretty much saying the exact same that everyone already knew weeks beforehand. So they also didn't say anything horrible or anything negative, which is great, but also there's just the new president just came to office a couple of days ago, right? We saw this big DeepSeek correction, so I wouldn't expect that FOMC would actually implement some fear in their speech, right? It was more bullish without saying anything all too bullish, actually, pretty much. But the markets reacted. We broke through the resistances, which is great for us, and now we have some very clear signs. Better to say, we have some very clear price levels that we can keep an eye on to know what will happen next for Bitcoin. For me, the first thing is that I want to see Solana closing above the $239 level today. Why do we want to see this? As you guys know, the altcoins were very, very weak compared to Bitcoin in the last couple of days, and this always is a very bad sign because it usually means that the market is lacking in confidence to really push higher. And for now, we actually are restoring this confidence if Solana is closing its daily candle above the $239 level. The same goes for Ethereum for the next couple of days. If Ethereum can break out of this big falling wedge here, this would also be a great and bullish sign for Ethereum for the immediate short term, which means that also the market is stabilizing a lot, and with that we can also expect a new all-time high for Bitcoin. On top of that, right now we are forming a good amount of liquidations here right above us. So for the market makers as well, it could be interesting to push the price a little bit lower into the direction of the $107,000 to $108,000 level. And the highest amount of liquidations we are actually sitting at the exact $110,000 level. So also for the market makers, there might be a great incentive right now to let the price rise a little bit higher, because for now there's also almost no long positions coming in. We only have a few long liquidations still remaining here at the 97, the high $90,000 levels. But besides this, there's no big amount of new liquidations coming in for now, at least on the long side, right? So there's not really any interest for the market makers to push the price down yet, at least in my opinion. I'm also not always correct. The only thing that is not so nice is that the Bitcoin ETFs are not really showing us extremely strong inflows. We can see the last 2 days were quite weak. Yes, we had this smaller correction, but with the FOMC meeting yesterday, I was expecting some more positive spot volume to come in, which was not the case. So I'm very, very careful, and I will take an exact look at today's performance of the Bitcoin ETFs, because we want to see that significant volume is coming in now after the market was actually able to establish some bullish price levels once again. But at the end of the day, guys, I am right now actually in a short position. Yes, it is at a loss at the moment, but as you guys know, I'm always sharing all of my trades upfront, and also if a trade is in a loss, I'm sharing it fully transparently, because not every trade can be profitable. That's just how it is, guys. And to be honest, I have an exact game plan with this trade to still exit it in a profit like we did it the last time as well. The most important thing is to not get fearful, to not get confused by some red numbers, guys. Most of the time, if you just concentrate and you don't get emotional, you can turn red numbers into green numbers quite quickly in this volatile cryptocurrency market. And for me, first of all, I will keep an eye on the fact if Bitcoin is able to break the $106,000 level on the daily time frame, because right now we are theoretically still in the breakout of this big falling wedge here that should bring us to the next most important weekly resistance. The weekly resistance at this time coming in at the $111,000 level for the next week, guys. And you guys know we never broke this resistance to the upside. I think we have fundamental reasons why we should be able to break this resistance to the upside this bull market. Nevertheless, we are directly below the most significant resistance of all time for Bitcoin. So for sure, it is very likely that we see another rejection potentially before we actually can break through it, especially because we don't have the US, for example, buying Bitcoin already, or a massive amount of positive news to be expected within the immediate short term, right? Over the next half a year, yes. Over the next 2-3 weeks, it could still be a difficulty for Bitcoin to break through this resistance. So this is why I'm not all too feared that I will not be able to exit this trade still in a profit. As you guys know, my liquidation price is at the $113,000 level. So I will double this trade up as soon as Bitcoin reaches its resistance again. This should move my average entry up to the around $106,000 level approximately. And if we are then retesting, which is highly likely to just confirm the bullish narrative, if we are then retesting our old highs of the $106,000 level, I will be in a profit again, and at that time I can then exit this short position also in a profit, because the most important thing is don't overcomplicate things and always make profit, guys. Even if you have a small loss in between, it is not a problem if you are overall trading positively and you're overall making profits, right? It's only an issue if you are never taking profits, but you are always taking the losses. This is how you will be a not profitable trader, right? It's pretty simple. And on the other hand, for the next couple of days, we want to see that Ethereum is breaking to the upside as well. This would be one of the first signs for me that we might be able to break this 11-year resistance immediately. If Ethereum still struggles to break out, I think we definitely need to expect another rejection of our 11-year resistance. And on top of that, as I said, I'm keeping an eye on the today's Solana daily candle, because $239, this should be the price where Solana does not fall below anymore for today, if we are right now establishing a bullish market momentum, not only for Bitcoin, but in the entire cryptocurrency space in general. But for now, guys, that's already it. It's very simple. It's the exact price levels, $106,000 for Bitcoin on the daily. We need to break it to the upside. For Solana, we need to hold the $239 level. This will just signal us, if we are holding this, that also Bitcoin will most likely be able to keep up this current pace and to keep up with this current run-up. And there's not much in the way to then pump all the way to the $111,000. And what is going to happen there is right now still in the stars. So we will take an exact look at the charts over the next couple of days as soon as we reach this price level. So I can also decide if I maybe just want to take this potential $40,000 loss here, or if I want to double my risk, right, but have a high potential of then closing this trade in a profit and not a loss. But that completely depends on the performance of Bitcoin now for the upcoming few days. So we can't predict this yet. We need to reach the resistance, and we need to see how the chart reacts when near that resistance or when even touching it. But for now, guys, smash up a like, don't forget to subscribe, activate the bell, and we are going to see us in the very next video, which is going to be tomorrow. See you then. Bye.